Take a deep breath. Allow your shoulders to soften and your jaw to unclench as you let a gentle current of air move in and out. With each breath, let the mind settle and the heart grow more spacious. Prosperity is not a chase. It is a state of inner agreement. It is the quiet confidence that life is for you, that right supply is your birthright, and that your word, when aligned with spiritual law, becomes a creative command. As you listen, let your awareness rest in the center of your chest, as if there were a small, steady light there. Feel how each sentence is not merely information but formation, forming the pattern your life will follow. Feel the steadiness of that light, the certainty of order, the friendliness of the universe that carries you. Begin now by noticing the tone of your thoughts. Thoughts are travelers. Words are settlers. Thoughts pass through. Words take up residence and build. Today you choose words that build a house of good. Whisper gently, or think with conviction, I agree with abundance. I agree with divine order. I agree with my good. Sense how the body receives those sentences, how the breath unclenches and the chest opens. You are not forcing anything. You are consenting to what is already your divine right. The more you agree inwardly, the more form obeys outwardly. This is law, simple and exact. Allow your awareness to gather around one clean idea. My supply is not outside me. My supply is an inner state, and outer channels mirror that state. People, projects, and paychecks are channels, not sources. The source is one, invisible and unfailing, and it finds me under grace and in perfect ways. Picture the many channels of your life, work, clients, customers, partners, ideas, as tributaries flowing into a wide river. The river is fed by a spring you cannot see, but you can always trust. Feel how different it is to rely on the spring, not merely on one tributary. Feel the relief of knowing that if one channel narrows, the river remains full. Whisper, I trust the source. My channels are blessed. New channels open in perfect time. Recall a money memory that still carries a sting, a bill that surprised you, a loss you replay, a missed chance you regret. Bring it, just as it is, to the light in your chest. Do not defend it and do not judge it. Place it on that inner altar and say with calm authority, I cast this burden on the Christ within and I go free. Breathe. Again, I cast this burden on the Christ within and I go free. Imagine the weight leaving your nervous system, like sand poured out of a backpack you no longer need. With the emptying comes room for right ideas, room for right people, room for right timing. Burdens crowd out guidance. Releasing the burden invites guidance in. Let us practice the law of substitution. When a thought of fear appears, what if it doesn't work? What if I fail again? You will not arm wrestle it. You will substitute it with a higher pattern. Try it now. Hear the fear, and then gently but firmly place a new sentence in its stead. There is a divine surplus for me. My good is certain and on schedule. Under grace, in perfect ways, my right opportunities are appearing now. Feel how the nervous system responds to a confident word. The mind is loyal to the voice it hears most often. Today, you choose to be that voice. Prosperity is circulation. What you hold in a fist cannot multiply in your hand. Picture your financial life like breath. There is an inhale of receiving and an exhale of giving, buying, investing, tithing, repairing, upgrading. Each exhale creates room for a larger inhale. When you pay something today, pay it with a blessing. This is a seed, and it returns to me multiplied, under grace. When you purchase something, purchase it with purpose. This serves order, function, and beauty in my life. It is money put to work. When you give, give with clarity. I give from fullness, and I remain in fullness. Circulation is not recklessness. It is intelligent flow, guided by inner peace and simple truth. Now bring order to mind. Disorder leaks wealth, lost time, duplicated effort. late fees, scattered attention. Visualize yourself at a clean desk, a clear calendar, a simple system. See yourself returning items to their place, deleting what is no longer needed, finishing what you start, and measuring what matters. Order is a language the universe respects. Speak it now. Divine order is established in my space, my schedule, and my spending. I am a faithful steward. I make room for more. As you say it, feel your shoulders drop. As if an inner structure is assembling itself, beams of clarity, pillars of sequence. Windows of time where focus glows, hold in awareness the person you must become to hold the good you seek. Wealth asks you to grow in character as well as in capacity. See yourself as steady rather than frantic, generous rather than tight, accurate rather than vague, patient rather than pushy. See how these qualities are not punishments but freedoms. A steady person rests. A generous person enjoys. An accurate person decides without fog. A patient person arrives on time because they trust the timing. Whisper, I am steady. I am generous. I am accurate. I am patient. These are not aspirations. These are identities you are wearing now. Let the law of praise quicken your field. Praise is a magnet for increase. Praise what is working. Praise what is learning to work. Praise the unseen good moving toward you. Speak, I praise the order unfolding here. I praise the ideas that meet me today. I praise the right people drawn into my orbit. Notice how praise dissolves complaint and worry. It is difficult to praise and panic at the same time. You choose praise, not to ignore reality, but to instruct it. Life listens to what you celebrate, breathe, and bring one financial goal into focus. Make it simple, clear, and grounded in service. Perhaps it is a revenue figure that reflects fair exchange. Perhaps it is a savings amount that represents stability. Perhaps it is a debt you are clearing as an act of sovereignty. Place it in your mind's eye, and then ask a precise question: what is the wise step now? Wait in silence. The answer may be small: send the email, price the offer correctly, review the numbers, make the call, learn the skill, decline the distraction. Do the small wise step and you will feel a click inside, a satisfying release, as though a key has found its lock. The path of prosperity is 1,000 small clicks, one after another. Practice non-resistance. What you fight, you feed. When a delay occurs, bless it and pass through. This too is a door. When someone says no, translate it: that is not my door. I will find mine. When a plan shifts, ask, what improved through this change? Non-resistance is not passivity. It is elegant strength. It says, I will not waste my force on pushing. I will use my word to locate the open gate. With every gate you find, your trust increases, and the path feels more like glide than grind. Bring to mind someone whose prosperity you admire. Watch for any trace of envy, and convert it to blessing. Say, I bless their increase, and I call forth my own. What I bless in another multiplies for us both. Study principles, not personalities. Notice the disciplines they honor: clarity in offers, consistency in action, excellence in delivery, patience in compounding. These are laws wearing human clothes. You can wear them too. Speak, I choose clarity. I choose consistency. I choose excellence. I choose patience. These choices build roads that money likes to travel, invite forgiveness to wash old ledgers clean. If a name stings, speak it gently and say, I forgive you and set you free. I forgive myself and set myself free. We are both free to prosper. Repeat it until the sting becomes a feather. Forgiveness is efficient. It returns to you energy you had trapped in the past. That energy becomes fuel for creation. You will feel lighter, and with lightness comes speed, easy speed, not hurry, the speed of a boat carried by a current. Now we turn to the night, where seeds are planted deeply. As you prepare to sleep, keep a simple ritual. List 3 proofs of provision you saw today: a paid invoice, a helpful person, a clear idea, a moment of calm, and a decision. Then declare, God is my unfailing supply. Large sums of money come to me quickly and easily, under grace, in perfect ways. Fall asleep with this sentence like a soft tide. In the morning, before your feet touch the floor, refresh the decree: today I walk in prepared opportunities. Today I am guided and provided for. Today I receive and release with grace. This rhythm trains your subconscious to support your day. Let us use the breath to anchor identity. Inhale on the thought, I am a channel of infinite supply. Exhale on the thought, everything by divine right comes to me now. Again. Inhale, I am calm and clear. Exhale, I am guided and ready. The breath becomes a metronome marking the tempo of your life, steady, unhurried, confident. Keep this simple practice nearby. When a moment feels chaotic, return to this breath and these sentences. You will notice how quickly the atmosphere changes around you. Consider now the difference between price and cost. Price is what you pay. Cost is what it takes from your life if it is wrong for you. Some deals are cheap and costly in chaos, in compromise, in time and energy. Some choices are expensive and enriching in function, in longevity, in peace. Ask, before commitments, what is the true cost here? Let the answer include peace. Peace is a line item in every prosperous budget. Where peace is absent, the hidden costs are high. Choose peace and you will find that money respects the one who respects their own soul. Let your voice grow more authoritative now. Say calmly, I do not chase. I magnetize. I do not plead. I authorize. I do not strive and panic. I act with precision. I am the one who names things as they should be in my life, and then walks in the direction of the name. As you speak, see yourself moving through the day as a quiet lawmaker, your words setting the tone of rooms, your presence organizing the space around you, your decisions drawing clean lines. This authority is not harsh. It is humane. It blesses everyone it touches because it is rooted in the highest good. Picture a simple ledger open before you. On one side, inflows. On the other, outflows. See numbers you respect, numbers that respect you. See truth on the page, no hiding, no avoiding, no pretending. Reality welcomed becomes reality improved. Whisper, I tell myself the truth kindly and completely. I measure what matters and I move what I measure. If a number needs to change, ask the right question: what value will I increase? What waste will I remove? What offer will I refine? What relationship will I deepen? Prosperity loves honest math guided by inspired questions. Now imagine your work as a vessel of blessing. Think of the people who will be better because you did what you do with excellence and heart. See their faces relaxing when your product solves a problem, their time returning to them, their confidence rising. Say, my work is love and form. I am well paid because I deliver real good. I price in fairness to me and to those I serve. My market is wide enough. My message is clear enough. My skill is strong enough, and growing. As you claim this, feel a subtle warmth in the chest. This is agreement between purpose and prosperity. Let us clear any vows of smallness. Somewhere in the past you may have repeated phrases that limited your reach. I'm not good with money. People like me don't get ahead. If I shine, I'll be judged. Bring those vows into the light and annul them. Speak, I annul every vow of smallness. I dissolve every agreement with lack. I am permitted to prosper. I am designed to prosper. I prosper in ways that bless others and leave the world better. Feel the air change as old contracts burn away. In their place, sign new ones. I vow to steward well. I vow to tell the truth. I vow to circulate good. I vow to praise progress, return to the law of timing. Divine timing is exact. You cannot be late for what is yours. You can only be unprepared. Preparation is how you respect timing. Ask, what preparation will honor the moment I seek? Do you need to polish an offer, strengthen a skill, document a process, or rest so your mind is sharp? Each preparation you complete places you on the platform where the train arrives. When it comes, there is no scramble, no panic. There is a calm step into your seat. As you move through the next moments of this listening, let the sentences soak, like rain on good soil. There is nothing to force. Law is not moved by strain. Law is moved by agreement. You are agreeing now, agreeing with order, with clarity, with circulation, with forgiveness, with praise, with timing, with stewardship. From this agreement, action arises cleanly. You send the message, you make the call. You align the numbers, you bless the seed, you open the door. You walk through, let us affirm together slowly. Allowing each line to ring and settle, I am one with the boundless supply of life. I see open doors and I walk through them. I am calm, clear, and accurate. I trust divine timing and prepare well. I bless my inflows and outflows. Both serve my increase. I forgive quickly and release easily. I praise what is working and welcome what is forming. I honor value and price with integrity. I am generous from fullness. Under grace and in perfect ways, everything that belongs to me by divine right comes now. Now, bring your attention to 3 specific channels of increase that feel true for you. Perhaps a refined offer, a strategic partnership, a repeatable system. See each channel as a bright stream joining your river. Ask, for each, the single next simple step. Then commit inwardly to take those steps with composure. Promise yourself this: I will do the next right thing in a right spirit. The right spirit is unhurried, confident, grateful, and awake to guidance. The right thing is usually smaller than you think and more powerful than it looks. If a setback crosses your path today, meet it like a master. Bless it, learn from it, adjust, continue. The laws do not wobble because circumstances wobble. You will not wobble either. You will return to your word. You will return to order. You will return to praise. You will act again. Over time, these returns build unshakable wealth, wealth in numbers. Yes, and wealth in being, the wealth of a calm mind. A clear heart, a trustworthy hand. Let the closing moments of this first stretch be a soft integration. Breathe evenly. Feel the weight of your body supported. Let the following sequence of statements move through you like a tide. You can repeat them silently or aloud, leaving a breath between each line. I agree with abundance. I agree with order. I agree with my good. I cast the burden and I go free. I bless my channels and they increase. I forgive and I am light. I prepare and I arrive on time. I am a faithful steward. I circulate good and receive good. Under grace and in perfect ways, it is done. Rest here for a few breaths, letting quiet spread through your chest and spine. When you are ready to continue deeper, expanding these laws into vivid practices for your work, your relationships, your savings and investments, your generosity and your rest, simply invite the next wave of words, and we will go on building, line by line, the inner architecture that wealth loves to inhabit. Let us continue. unhurried and precise, letting the rhythm of law shape the rhythm of your thoughts. Imagine that each sentence you hear is like a craftsman's stroke building a cathedral, quiet, deliberate, exact. The prosperity you seek is not a spectacle. It is a structure. Line by line, beam by beam, we are raising rooms of clarity, halls of calm power, arches of praise. Keep your breath easy. Keep your shoulders soft. Keep your words steady, begin with expectation. Expectation is the weather of your inner world. It tells seeds whether to rise. Notice the subtle forecast you carry. Do you anticipate delays, disappointments, denials? Or do you anticipate right timing, right people, right results? Train your expectation by asking a better morning question: what good is already on its way to me today? Then make room for the answer. Box your time for what matters, leave margin for grace to operate, move with the posture of one waiting for a delivery that is certain. Whisper now, my expectation is a magnet for my good. I expect guidance. I expect provision. I expect doors to open under grace and in perfect ways. Let accuracy enter your finances like a fresh breeze through a window. Accuracy is not austerity. It is respect. When you measure honestly, you honor the channels that serve you. Review your numbers with kindness. If something is unclear, bring it into the light. If a subscription no longer serves, release it with thanks and close the loop. If a price is too low for the value you provide, adjust it cleanly. If a promise is too big for the season you are in, reset it with integrity. Accuracy prevents leakage. As you make these adjustments, say, I honor truth in my numbers. I welcome clarity and I act on it. Truth welcomed becomes truth improved. Turn now to the law of perfect self-expression. Prosperity is not only having more. It is becoming more of who you are created to be. Ask gently, where is the exact intersection of my joy and another's real need? See a simple overlap emerge: skills you love to use, problems you are glad to solve, people you are delighted to serve. Sketch, in your mind, a clean offer that lives at that intersection. Simple promise. Clear outcome. Thoughtful process. Fair price. Then picture the delivery of this offer as an act of devotion. In silence say, my work is love made visible. I move in my right place, I meet my right people, and I receive my right pay. Invite the law of selectivity. Not every invitation is your assignment. Prosperity grows where you concentrate, not where you scatter. Choose a few levers that move the most, and pull them consistently. Decline with kindness what is not aligned. When you release what is almost right, you make room for what is exactly right. Say quietly, I choose the essential. I release the excess. My focus is a gift I give to what matters. Now, let us refine how you speak to time. When you treat time as an enemy, it hides. When you bless it as a partner, it reveals openings. To-do lists often whisper scarcity: not enough time, not enough you. Replace that tone with sovereignty: I schedule what matters, I leave air for grace, I move at the speed of peace. Picture your day as a landscape with edges and fields. Between fields of doing, there are hedgerows of rest. Schedule breath between meetings. 5 minutes of praise between tasks. One pause to ask, what is the wise step now? Time loves to serve a composed soul. Train your nervous system to recognize sufficiency. Sufficiency is a clean line that says, enough for today, more on the way. In sufficiency, you do not hoard and you do not hemorrhage. You replenish. You top off. You store in ways that match your season. Picture a reservoir filling from a spring. It does not panic when water is drawn. It trusts the spring. In money terms, this looks like a prudent buffer that calms your choices. In energy terms, this looks like sleep, sunlight, movement, quiet. In relational terms, this looks like healthy boundaries that keep love fresh. Affirm softly, I live in sufficiency. What I need arrives on time and in order. I am rested and ready. We return to circulation with new nuance. Circulation needs assignment. Money without assignment wanders and wastes. Money with assignment multiplies. Before the funds arrive, tell them their job. This portion stabilizes. This portion grows. This portion gives. This portion delights. Spoken before arrival, assignment becomes a runway. Speak it now, money that comes to me knows where to go. I give every dollar a wise job, and it returns with friends. I steward with clarity and joy. Non-resistance deepens. When a closed door appears, ask 3 swift questions. What is the gift? What is the guidance? What is the glide path around or through? Gifts might include a postponed commitment that frees capacity for a better one. Guidance might sound like wait 2 days or call her again. The glide path might be a different prospect, a simpler offer, a refined message. Refuse the spike of adrenaline that insists you must fix everything in the next 5 minutes. You are not a firefighter in your own life. You are an architect. Architects do not flail. They draw a better plan, refine your relationship to debt. If you carry it cleanly, without shame and without denial. Make a simple map, stabilize, reduce, retire. Every payment is a seed of sovereignty. As you send it, bless it. I bless this payment. It returns increased as wisdom, strength, and open space in my future. If you do not carry debt, maintain that freedom with the same clarity, no fear, no pride, just peace. See your choices as levers that lengthen your runway and amplify your calm. Invite generosity to keep your river wide. Generosity is not performance. It is partnership with flow. Give in ways that align with your values and season. Sometimes generosity is money. Sometimes it is mentorship, introductions, patience, or a tool that saves someone time. Give as one who trusts the spring, not as one trying to buy favor from the future. Say, I give from fullness and remain in fullness. My gifts are seeds that find fertile soil, and they return multiplied, under grace, in perfect ways. Turn your face toward creativity. Money loves newness when newness serves truth. Ask, how can I make the path shorter for the people I serve? What can I simplify, clarify, or beautify? Which friction can I remove? Creativity is not chaos. It is improved order. Create small prototypes, test with humility, listen to honest feedback, iterate without ego. Each improvement is a form of praise. Say, I welcome inspired ideas. I test them with wisdom. I release what works and retire what does not, without drama. Now approach comparison again, from mastery rather than defense. Study excellence without self-attack. Note patterns that repeat among those who thrive: thoughtful promises, clean delivery, consistent presence, patience with compounding, relentless kindness to customers and teams. These are not secrets. They are stones on a path. Step on them. If you stumble, laugh and step again. Speak kindly to yourself. I am allowed to learn in public. I am allowed to improve out loud. My trajectory is up and to the right, even when the line wiggles. Practice decision-making by principle. Principles outlast moods. Create a small set that governs your choices. I do not make big commitments in a heightened emotional state. I only say yes when the reasons remain strong on a quiet morning. I do not trade long-term peace for short-term applause. I do not accept money that requires me to violate my word. I maintain buffers of time, money, and energy. Repeat them until they become rails you are glad to hold. Decisions made on rails conserve willpower and minimize regret. Let us sanctify rest. Rest is not the reward for prosperity. Rest is a cause of it. Rest resets your creativity, closes loops in your brain, organizes memory, and steadies mood. Prosperity flows to a rested vessel because a rested vessel chooses wisely. Design bedtime like a landing, dim lights, light reading, soft decrees. Guard mornings like a takeoff, a word before the world, a breath before the inbox, a choice before the noise. Say it clearly, my rest is productive. In rest I am repaired. In rest I am readied. In rest I receive guidance I would miss in motion, bring order to relationships that touch your money. Clarity in agreements prevents cost in cleanup. Put promises in writing, not as distrust, but as respect. Define scope, timelines, prices, and expectations. Be gracious and firm. If a partnership frays, choose dignity. Exit without smoke. Bless and move on. Your future self is watching how you close. Give them a story of honor, cultivate joyful frugality and joyful luxury, both under wisdom. Joyful frugality says, I do not buy complication. I do not maintain what does not serve. I enjoy simplicity, repair, and longevity. Joyful luxury says, I invest in quality that returns value in function, time saved, beauty, and durability. This is not about signaling. It is about stewardship. Both postures can live in one person who knows their season and their purpose. Ask each time, does this choice increase order, value, and peace? If yes, proceed. If no, bless and decline. We return to forgiveness, deeper still. If a financial wound was caused by someone's deception or your own inexperience, forgive to stop the clock of pain. Then graduate from the lesson by installing a control, a new threshold for approvals, a second set of eyes on contracts, a waiting period before large commits. Forgiveness without new controls invites repeats. Controls without forgiveness invite bitterness. You want neither. You want clean flow, let your body join this work. The body stores money fear in the jaw, shoulders, stomach. Loosen your jaw. Drop your shoulders. Soften your belly. As you soften, speak, I am safe to prosper. I am safe to be seen. I am safe to price my value. I am safe to hold wealth with warmth and wisdom. The nervous system that believes safety is the one that spots opportunity. Safety widens vision. Fear narrows it. You want wide, bring in the law of gratitude as active recognition, not vague niceness. Name specifics, daily, the paid invoice, the kind referral, the idea that shaved an hour, the simple meal eaten with peace, the walk that reset your mind, the skill you once prayed to have and now use with ease. Gratitude makes you a good witness of increase. Good witnesses are trusted with more to see. Let us do a guided inventory. Scan your channels of income. For each, ask, is the promise clear? Is the delivery excellent? Is the price aligned? Is the process simple? Is the audience defined? Is the follow-up consistent? Choose one channel to refine this week with a single upgrade. Then scan your outflows. For each category, ask, does this serve function, order, health, learning, or joy? If it serves none, release it. If it serves one weekly, renegotiate it or replace it. One upgrade and one release per week compound into clean prosperity. Turn toward mentorship, both directions. Sit at the feet of those who embody what you seek, not just in money, but in calm, character, and contribution. Buy the book, take the course, ask the question. Then extend your hand behind you to someone earlier in the journey. Teaching cements learning. Service enlarges capacity. Say, I learn humbly. I teach generously. I do not hoard knowledge. I circulate it, invite play back into your work. Play is not frivolous. It is exploratory problem solving without the pressure of perfection. Block 30 minutes each week to explore a new script, a fresh tool, a different frame for your message, a playful experiment with your offer. Many breakthroughs arrive disguised as play. Say, I play with purpose. In play, I discover paths that hustle would miss. Now, practice a longer sequence of decree. Speak each line slowly, leaving a breath for it to settle. I am one with the eternal source of good. My channels are many, my source is one. I stand in sufficiency. I move in accuracy. I rest in assurance. I cast every burden on the Christ within and I am free. Divine order governs my space, my schedule, my systems, and my spending. I honor value. I price with integrity. I deliver with excellence. I forgive and set us free. I install wise controls. I do not repeat old lessons. I am guided in the small and the large. I obey promptly and calmly. I give from fullness and remain in fullness. My seeds return multiplied, under grace. In perfect ways. I am relaxed, receptive, and ready. It is safe for me to prosper. It is useful for others that I prosper. It is natural that I prosper. Let silence hang after these lines, like a bell tone lingering in the air. Feel the resonance in your chest. This resonance is evidence that belief is taking root. We will bring in the law of rightful compensation. You are paid most faithfully where you create the most real value for the people best able to receive it. Clarify value by naming the problem before and the life after. When you speak to the after with honesty and proof, compensation aligns. Stop selling hours. Sell outcomes. Stop selling features. Sell solved problems. Stop hiding your price. Pair it with the worth of the change you deliver. Repeat quietly, I communicate value with clarity. Those who need this value find me now. We exchange under grace and in perfect ways, learn to love the middle. The beginning is exciting. The end is celebrated. The middle is where compounding lives. In the middle, your habits are building engines you will ride later. In the middle, boredom tests your sincerity. Bless the middle. Fold laundry of repetition with a prayer of patience. Quietly insist, I am the kind of person who keeps excellent promises to myself. In money, this sounds like showing up for the simple systems, weekly review, monthly close, quarterly plan, long after novelty passes. Prosperity compounds on the slope of the middle, receive with grace. Many pray to receive and then deflect when it arrives, compliment dodged, referral delayed, invoice underpriced, help refused. Practice a clean yes. When good comes, say, thank you, yes, and put it to work. Receiving is not greed. Receiving is agreement with answered prayer. If receiving still feels sticky, affirm, I receive gladly and steward wisely. What comes to me is put to use for good, develop a calm relationship with risk. The goal is not to avoid all risk. It is to take right-sized risks for right-sized rewards, protected by buffers and governed by principles. Write pre-commit rules, I invest only what I can afford to have a liquid for a specified period. I diversify across time and type. I do not invest in what I do not understand. I set exit criteria before entry. Then take the step your rules permit. Courage grows when framed by wisdom, let your environment become a quiet accomplice. Clear visual noise. Fix what squeaks. Replace what always breaks. Organize tools for reach and ease. Place your decrees where eyes rest, inside a notebook, on a mirror, near your desk. Make prosperity the default hum of your space, not a weekly performance. As you adjust your environment, say, my space speaks order. My space speaks increase. My space smiles at my goals, revisit the nighttime temple. Before sleep, write a single line, what is the one right move tomorrow? Then write your decree, God is my unfailing supply. Large sums of money come to me quickly and easily, under grace, in perfect ways. Sleep as a person who is carried, not chased. In the morning, do the one right move before the world invites you into 1,000 lesser ones. This is how you become a reliable partner to your own destiny. Now imagine walking through your week as a person of law. On Monday, you measure and tell the truth. On Tuesday, you refine and offer. On Wednesday, you follow up with warmth. On Thursday, you learn for an hour. On Friday, you close loops and praise. On Saturday, you rest and restore. On Sunday, you vision and vow anew. None of this is theatrical. It is steady. It is simple. It works because it is law-honoring law. If a sudden expense appears, breathe and bless. Ask, what is the lesson? What is the level up? What system will I install so this becomes unlikely? Pay what you can calmly. Negotiate with dignity. Map the recovery. Then add a small joy to the day so fear does not become your teacher. You are not punished. You are being prepared. If a sudden windfall appears, breathe and bless. Ask, what was the pattern that allowed this? How do I repeat it? What is the assignment for this money? What portion stabilizes, grows, gives, and delights? Then allocate without rush. A windfall is not a personality test. It is an opportunity to prove your stewardship. Let us close this stretch with a long, flowing river of affirmation. Allow each sentence to pass through you like water that polishes stone, gentle and persistent. I live in a friendly universe that responds to my clear word. My inner agreement sets the pattern. Outer forms obey. I place my attention on what I can improve and I improve it. Daily. I have more than enough time for what matters and I move at the speed of peace. My money has assignments that honor my values and season. I bless every dollar in and every dollar out. Both are part of my increased. I forgive quickly, learn completely, and install wise controls. I am a joyful giver and a graceful receiver. My work is love in action. And I am paid fairly and fully. I prefer clarity over drama. Truth over performance, order over noise. I am guided in real time. I notice and I obey, doors open before me. Paths smooth beneath me. Helpers meet me. I prosper without harm to myself or others, under grace and in perfect ways. Safety surrounds me. Wisdom fills me. Calm leads me. I am not late. I am prepared. I am not frantic. I am focused. I do not chase. I'm magnetized. I do not plead. I authorized. I do not strain. I agree, the laws are steady. And so am I. I go to sleep in gratitude and wake in guidance. My life is an ever widening river of good. What I bless in others multiplies for us both. What I measure improves, what I steward grows, what I praise accelerates. I am the faithful architect of my prosperity. Rest here. Let quiet do its quiet work. And as you return to your day, carry 3 simple practices. Speak your decree before you touch the world, do one right move before noon, and finish with praise before sleep. Line upon line, these practices anchor the invisible laws in visible life. The result is not only abundance in number, but abundance in nature, a generous, grounded, graceful prosperity that blesses every life it touches, beginning with yours. Under grace and in perfect ways, so it is. Let us resume with steady breath and an uncluttered mind, allowing each sentence to settle into place like stones in a riverbed, shaping a channel for increase. You do not need to hurry. Law does not ask for hurry. Law asks for harmony. With each inhale, welcome harmony. With each exhale, release resistance. You are safe, You are guided, you are provided for. And you are becoming ever more skillful at cooperating with the invisible laws that govern visible supply. Begin by revisiting the truth that your word is your wand. Speak with clean simplicity, carving grooves in consciousness that your life will follow. Say quietly, I speak only what I choose to see. I bless what I intend to build. I name my good and walk toward it. Notice how the body responds when language is precise. Shoulders loosen. Jaw releases. The eyes soften. Precision is a kindness you offer your nervous system. And a signal you send to the world. Bring into awareness a specific scene you wish to enter, a contract signed with calm satisfaction. A client thanking you for a job done with excellence. A bank balance that steadies your breathing. A home that supports your best work in your deepest rest. Feel the textures of that scene, the weight of the pen, the timbre of appreciative voices, the quiet hum of appliances that simply work, the light across the floor at a time of day you love. Scenes like these are not fantasies. They are rehearsals. Rehearsal is not escapism. It is education. You are educating your senses to recognize your path when it appears. Now practice blessed detachment. Detachment does not mean apathy. It means trusting the route even when you do not micromanage the turns. Speak softly, this or something better, under grace and in perfect ways. Let the phrase relax your grip. Plans become more elegant when you stop strangling outcomes. You will still choose. You will still act. But you will do so with the looseness of one who knows the orchestra is large and you are playing inside a symphony, not a solo against chaos. Return to the law of obedience to guidance. Guidance is often normal in tone and timely in arrival. It rarely shouts. It frequently nudges. Train yourself to notice the nudge, a name to call, a page to read, a number to check, a pause to take. Ask right now, what is the wise step now? Then sit in uncomplicated silence. When the step arises, accept it without bargaining. 1,000 small obediences braid into a strong rope that can pull substantial good across the threshold of your life. Cast the burden, again and again, as a habit that keeps your channel clear. Picture one current concern in your hand. See it as a small, dense stone, heavy for its size. Feel its edges. Name it. Now walk in your mind to a quiet pool of clear water. Place the stone into the water with care. As it descends, the surface ripples and then grows smooth again. Say with warm authority, I cast this burden on the Christ within and I go free. Notice the immediate change in your body when you refuse to carry what is not yours to carry alone. Many of the finest ideas cannot land while you are busy gripping stones. Forgiveness expands capacity. You cannot carry new supply with hands clenched around old stories. Choose one story that still tightens your chest, a business promise broken, an invoice left unpaid, a careless word that wounded your confidence. Sit the memory down on a chair in front of you and speak to it clearly, I forgive you and set you free. I forgive myself and set myself free. We are both free to prosper. Breathe until the words feel less performative and more true. Then add one structural improvement so the lesson is complete, a clearer contract clause, a request for partial payment up front, a boundary around communication. Forgiveness is complete when wisdom is installed. Bring your attention to the law of rightful place. Prosperity flows easily when you operate where your design meets demand. Ask yourself gently, where am I most naturally helpful? What feels like oxygen to me and relief to others? The answer points to your rightful place. Within that place, identify the few skills that give you leverage. Practice them deliberately as a musician practices scales. Excellence, repeated quietly, becomes a beacon. People who need you can find you because you shine in the way that is specifically yours to shine. Now consider the law of identity. You do not achieve your way into a new identity. You assume your way into the behaviors that naturally express it. Say calmly, I am a calm, credible, creative steward of increasing good. Let the sentence be a coat you put on. Feel how you sit differently in that coat. Feel how you read an email differently, write a proposal differently, choose a partner differently. Identity upgrades do not require fanfare. They require consistency. You keep the coat on until your posture changes permanently. Invite the law of clarity to wash through your message. People cannot say yes to what they do not understand. Say your promise out loud as if to a friend while you walk. No jargon, no filler, no inflation. If you cannot say it while walking without tripping over words, it is not yet clear. Shorten. Sharpen. Soften. Aim for sentences that a tired mind can grasp and a sincere heart can remember. Clarity is compassion. Let us bless money itself. Many learn to judge it, fear it, or worship it. None of those postures are helpful. Hold an image of a neutral, cheerful helper, paper and pixels that respond to purpose and instruction. Speak, money is my servant and a tool for good. It comes to me through honest channels and is put to work wisely. I am grateful as it arrives, and graceful as it departs to do its jobs. This attitude dissolves superstition and invites stewardship. Practice the law of removal. Increase sometimes arrives not by addition, but by subtraction. Identify one habit that steals clarity, doom scrolling at the edge of your day, clutter that multiplies decisions, gossip that thins your focus, sugar that flattens your energy. Remove it for a season with gentle firmness. In the space vacated, install a practice that compacts benefit, reading one chapter of a useful book. A brisk 10-minute walk in daylight, a tea and a page of planning. A single call to a person who energizes you. Increase loves the room you make. Focus now on pacing. Prosperity is a marathon with strategic sprints, not a sprint prolonged into collapse. Choose your sprints and rest deliberately. Announce them to yourself. For these 5 days, I will focus deeply on outreach. For this weekend, I will rest without guilt. For this hour, I will refine an offer. For this afternoon, I will delight a customer. Pacing turns big aims into humane sequences, and humane sequences are sustainable. Let the law of expectancy become tactile. Expectancy is not wishful thinking. It is embodied readiness. Ready looks like an accurate invoice template. A clear onboarding process, a simple fulfillment checklist. A file structure that doesn't hide crucial items. An updated bio, a calendar with respectful buffers. Ready sounds like a voice that says yes without hedging and no without apology. Ready feels like a clean desk and a charged device. When you are ready, you meet opportunity without fluster, and opportunity loves to avoid fluster. We will dwell for a while in praise. Praise is not a denial of problems. It is an insistence on perceiving progress. Think of 3 things you can praise in your finances right now. Perhaps a bill paid on time. A small cushion in your account, a refined belief that keeps you from panic. An insight that will save you money for years. Speak them out loud and bless them. Then, praise what is forming but not yet visible. I praise the clients on their way. I praise the ideas arriving at the right hour. I praise the skills that are compounding in me. Praise accelerates the good you name. Turn to partnerships. Prosperous partnerships are built on shared principles more than shared preferences. Seek partners who honor time, tell the truth quickly, and choose long-term goodwill over short-term advantage. Offer the same. When a partnership reveals misalignment, do not dramatize. Clarify. If clarity does not repair it, close it with clean hands. Bless their path and return to yours. You cannot afford to spend spiritual capital on tug-of-war. Consider your communication cadence. Absence confuses. Overwhelm repels. Set a cadence that respects your audience and yourself. Show up predictably with substance. If you miss, acknowledge and resume without groveling. Professionalism is simply respect made visible over time. Speak this into your work: my presence is reliable. My message is valuable. My cadence is sustainable. Let us refine your pricing without fear. Price is a story about value and a boundary around effort. Tell the right story, set the right boundary. Tie your price to outcomes you can deliver consistently. If fear arises, ask, what evidence supports this price? Gather testimonials, case studies, before and after snapshots, your own improved process. Evidence calms emotion. Then state the price as if discussing the weather: kind, clear, unmoved. Those who are meant to say yes will say yes. Those who are not will bless you by declining. Return to the breath. Inhale on the thought, I am guided. Exhale on the thought, I am provided for. Again. Inhale, I do the next right thing. Exhale, I release the rest. The body is now your ally in this practice. The breath trains your pace. The pace chooses your words. The words choose your world. We will apply the law of the vacuum deliberately. Choose one drawer, one folder, one category of expense, one offer page to simplify. Remove what is broken, outdated, or irrelevant. Put what remains in order and bless the space you have created. This open space invites right substance. Within days, watch for the matching increase: a clearer thought, a useful introduction, a timely payment, a fresh opportunity. The vacuum law seldom needs shouting. It needs demonstration. Create a simple ritual for money received. When income lands, pause for 30 seconds. Whisper thank you. Assign the money to its jobs. Record the arrival. If appropriate, skim a small percentage as a seed for growth or giving, and name it before you move on. This tiny ritual converts randomness into rhythm. Rhythm is the heartbeat of prosperity. Rehearse radical composure. Composure is not indifference. It is steadiness under sensation. When a surprise invoice arrives, answer with structure: acknowledge, clarify, negotiate, schedule, and bless. When a surprise income arrives, answer with structure: acknowledge, assign, allocate, celebrate without excess, and bless. Composure communicates to your system that you are a trustworthy steward. Trustworthy stewards attract entrusted resources. Invite the law of simplification to guide your messaging. If it cannot be explained simply, it may not be ready to sell. Boil your offer down until the promise and process can be explained to a neighbor in the time it takes to ride an elevator. Complexity is often armor. Lay it down. Simple is not small. Simple is sharp. Now, honor the law of rest again, this time midday. Give yourself miniature Sabbaths, 2 minutes between tasks to breathe and remember who you are. In those 2 minutes, whisper one identity line: I am a calm, credible, creative steward. Let the rest of your day flow out of that truth. Micro rests prevent macro mistakes. Let us dwell for a moment in the spirituality of systems. Systems are love to your future self. They prevent you from solving the same problem twice. They reduce errors. They increase delight. Choose one system to strengthen: lead capture, client onboarding, project handoff, monthly finance review, content batching. Build the smallest version that works and run it on schedule. Each time you use it, it gets smarter. Each time it runs, it returns time to you, time you can invest in creation, connection, or quiet. Speak now a stream of identity-rooted affirmations. Measured and confident, letting each one ring before the next begins. I keep excellent promises to myself. I conclude work cleanly at the end of the day. I speak to myself with respect. I move one thing forward every morning before checking for other people's priorities. I choose value over vanity, clarity over noise, order over drama, compound interest over instant gratification. I am not in a hurry. I am in a rhythm. I am not uncertain. I am listening. I am not intimidated. I am instructed. Imagine walking into rooms with invisible architecture around you, the architecture of your word. In this architecture, conversations bend toward clarity, negotiations bend toward fairness, and decisions bend toward peace. You are not performing. You are presiding internally, and the room feels it. This is not dominance. It is service. Rooms love a calm center. Be that center. Let your presence decrease static and increase signal. Now address fear of visibility. Many want increase while staying hidden. Gently bring yourself forward. Choose one way to be seen that is honest and doable for you: a weekly note, a daily micro video, a workshop, a podcast conversation, a thoughtful comment in a community that matters. Do it on rhythm and let the compound effect work. Visibility is a garden you water, not a moment you fear. As you become familiar, fear shrinks and your voice strengthens. We will speak to longevity. Prosperity that lasts is built on care for the vessel that carries it, you. Invest in sleep like a non-negotiable asset. Move your body in ways that boost energy without borrowing from tomorrow. Eat in patterns that support clarity. Seek sunlight, seek laughter, seek stillness. None of this is separate from money. Tired brains make expensive decisions. Rested brains make elegant ones. Consider where you might be using money to solve a non-money problem. Often the issue is process, boundary, or courage. Before you spend to patch, ask, is there a simpler fix? Do I need a clearer policy? Would a direct conversation solve more than a subscription? You are not stingy. You are strategic. Strategy is love in the language of logic. Bring your attention to gratitude again, in a granular way. Thank the person who taught you an essential skill. Thank the tool that saves you hours. Thank the team member who carries load with grace. Thank the younger you who kept going when it would have been cheaper to quit. Gratitude gathers helpers around your future. We will do a short practice of value articulation. Choose one offering. In one sentence, name who it is for. In one sentence, name what problem it solves. In one sentence, name what life looks like after. In one sentence, name why you are the right person to help. Read the 4 sentences together and listen for wobble. Smooth the wobble. Speak them daily for a week. Watch how conversations sharpen and closes quicken. Now bless your tools and your environment. Touch your keyboard and say, this tool helps me multiply good. Touch your phone and say, this device connects me to right people in right time. Touch your ledger and say, these numbers tell me the truth so I can tell a better one. The attitude with which you approach tools changes your experience of them. Blessing turns chores into liturgies. We reassert your sovereignty with a simple pledge. Whisper, I do not abandon myself when pressure rises. I slow down and choose on principle. I keep buffers that protect my peace. I am building wealth that is broad: money, time, relationships, skills, reputation, and joy. I am not dazzled by speed. I am devoted to depth. These pledges become quiet guardians at the gates of your day. Turn to the law of compounding with tenderness. Compounding is patient multiplication. It prefers small, steady inputs to dramatic surges followed by long winters. Choose one behavior in each domain: money, skill, relationship, health, that you will repeat gently. 10 pages read. 1 follow-up sent. 15 minutes of practice. A simple dinner at home. None of these feel heroic. All of them are heroic over time. Imagine your future self visiting you. They are calm-eyed and grateful. They thank you for learning to praise instead of panic, to plan instead of drift, to forgive instead of freeze, to rest instead of run. They show you a timeline with simple dots, each dot a day you kept your word. The spaces between dots have filled with increase. You feel relief, pride, and a quiet smile. Bring that smile into the present. Wear it as you proceed. We will speak an extended river of decree. Let it carry you. I am one with the source that never runs dry. I am the calm owner of a clear, generous mind. I act in alignment with wisdom and I rest inside divine timing. My work is needed and noticed by the right people. My prices are aligned with the value I deliver. My boundaries are healthy and kind. My systems are simple and strong. Money flows to me through expected and unexpected channels. I welcome it, assign it, and advance good with it. I am a faithful steward in small and large things. I correct quickly. I forgive quickly. I learn quickly. I praise constantly. I am not impressed by appearances. I am devoted to law. Under grace and in perfect ways, my increase is inevitable and ethical. Let us install a tiny daily rule that changes much. Before noon, I complete the one thing that would make the day a win. Choose it the night before. Define it clearly. Do it before the world's noise rises. This one rule earns compound respect from your future. Now return to the person you serve. See their relief when they meet you. See how your clarity reduces their confusion, how your kindness relaxes their shoulders, how your competence shortens their path. Prosperity is a shared event. When you help another prosper, your increase becomes part of a wider river. Bless the chain reaction you begin each time you deliver real value. Bless the way good echoes. If anxiety spikes, imagine a soft bell in your chest that you can ring at will. The sound is the sentence, only good comes to me and only good goes from me. Ring the bell 3 times. With each tone, feel your field smooth. With your field smooth, your eye sees better, your hand steadies, your next step becomes obvious. When envy whispers again, convert it to instruction. Ask, what principle do they honor that I can honor too? Maybe it is consistency. Maybe it is courage to ask for the sale. Maybe it is craftsmanship. Maybe it is collaboration. Take one principle and practice it today in a small way. That is how you convert another's light into your own illumination. Attend to your language around time and money together. Replace I don't have time with I haven't scheduled it yet. Replace I can't afford it with it isn't a priority in this season. These replacements return power to your side of the ledger. Power held quietly is power that builds. We will take one more walk through the 7 invisible laws, weaving them into a single breath pattern. The law of the word, speak with precision. The law of casting the burden, release what is heavy. The law of circulation, give and receive with assignment and joy. The law of agreement, align thought, feeling, word, and act. The law of non-resistance, bless obstacles into doorways. The law of vision, see the end and wear it now. The law of divine order, establish structure that welcomes substance. Inhale, and on the inhale think, word, vision, order. Exhale. And on the exhale think, cast, circulate, agree, allow. 3 cycles, slow and steady. Let your whole system memorize the sequence. Now picture the week ahead as a simple map. On it, 3 stars, 1 star marks the highest leverage action for income, 1 star marks the highest leverage action for stewardship, 1 star marks the highest leverage action for rest. Draw a line from today to each star and write the first step on the path. The map is not grand. It is clear. Clarity calms, and calm executes. We will close this long practice with a final cascade of affirmations, set at a measured pace that a calm voice can carry easily. I am one with the boundless supply of life. I move in prepared paths and meet prepared people. My word is law in my life. I cast every burden on the indwelling Christ and I go free. I forgive and I am forgiven. I circulate good and I remain in fullness. I welcome wise ideas and act on them promptly. I honor order and become a wider vessel for increase. I price with integrity and deliver with excellence. I am a joyful steward and a gracious receiver. Divine timing is exact. I am on schedule. My money has a mission and it accomplishes it. What I bless in others multiplies for us both. What I measure improves. What I practice compounds. Under grace and in perfect ways, I prosper without strain and I bless every life I touch. Rest for a few breaths in the wideness you have created. Feel the atmosphere around you, quieter, clearer, kinder. Carry this atmosphere into your next task. Let your next email, next call, next decision be scented with this steadiness. Prosperity is not a dramatic event. It is the signature of thousands of quiet alignments. You are practicing them now. You will continue to practice them with gentle persistence. And as you do, your life will increasingly resemble the truth you have been speaking. You are guided. You are provided for, and you are a clean, generous channel of ever-increasing good. Under grace and in perfect ways, we continue with calm precision, letting each line align your inner world with the laws that quietly govern increase. Your breath is steady. Your attention is kind. Your word is clear. Prosperity is not a chase. It is a cooperation. You are learning the choreography: speak, see, act, release, praise, rest, repeat. Simple, repeatable, powerful. Begin by choosing composure as policy. Policies save energy because the decision is made once, then followed often. Whisper, my policy under pressure is to slow down and return to principle. When a message arrives sharp, you answer smooth. When a bill arrives large, you answer structured. When a deal arrives exciting, you answer orderly. Policy protects peace. Peace protects precision. Precision produces prosperity. Return to the law of rightful compensation and refine your storytelling. Tell one clear story about before and after. Before, your client feels scattered, stuck, or slow. After, they feel organized, progressing, or free. Name the bridge, your process. Name the toll, your price. Name the promise, the outcome in plain words. Say it the way a neighbor would. When you speak plainly, the right people relax. Relaxed people say yes. Hold the posture of rightful self-respect. Self-respect is the quiet tone that says no to misfit opportunities without bitterness and yes to aligned opportunities without apology. Say gently, I respect my time, my craft, and my future. I respect the people I serve by telling the truth. I respect money by giving it clear jobs. This tone removes drama and invites trust. Let us practice a deliberate sequence for any decision. Clarify the aim, gather the facts, consult principle, listen for guidance, choose, act, review, refine, bless. Repeat the sequence aloud now: aim, facts, principle, guidance, choose, act, review, refine, bless. The sequence turns fog into steps. Steps compound. Invite the law of simplicity into your calendar. Write down your top 3 recurring value-generating actions. Make each a weekly appointment with yourself. Protect them as if they were meetings with your most important client. Whisper, I do the work that works, on rhythm. Rhythm turns intention into income. Walk through the law of the vacuum again, this time relationally. Create space for better conversations by ending stale ones kindly. Thank what taught you. Release what drains you. Bless those whose road diverges from yours. Then extend 3 new invitations to people who energize your purpose: 1 peer, 1 mentor, 1 potential client. The empty seat does not want to stay empty. Invite the right guest, practice grateful accuracy with numbers. Open your ledger without flinch. Numbers are mirrors, not judges. They show where to love better with attention. If a category bloats, love it with a limit. If a line is starved, feed it. If a pattern is unclear, annotate it. Whisper, I make friends with my numbers. Friends tell the truth kindly, and I listen. Let your environment be a silent coach. Place your tools within arm's reach. Keep the path between you and your work clear. Put friction where you want less behavior, snacks behind a door. Social apps off the home screen, and remove friction where you want more behavior, book open on the desk. Shoes by the mat, invoice template pre-filled. Environment quietly wins arguments with willpower. Rehearse your ethical wealth pledge. I prosper in ways that uplift. I do not exploit confusion. I create clarity. I do not trade integrity for applause. I do not hoard knowledge that would help. I charge fairly and deliver fully. I grow so I can give, hire, mentor, and build things that outlive me. Let the pledge settle into your spine. Ethical wealth stands tall and walks far. Return to casting the burden, now with timelines. If a launch date, tax date, or negotiation date tightens your chest, place the date on the inner altar. Say, I cast this date and its details on the Christ within, and I go free. Then write a simple plan backward from the date, 5 steps, sized to fit your days. When burden is cast and plan is clear, pressure turns into focused. We turn to pricing with composure. Price is a boundary that protects your best work. A too low boundary invites resentment and chaos. A too high boundary for your current proof invites silence and shame. Place your boundary where value and proof intersect, then grow proof and value together. Practice saying your price in a quiet room until your voice is smooth and your shoulders are down. Calm carries credibility, praise returns. Praise what you once wished for and now possess: a skill, a client, a tool, a room, a relationship, a habit. Say, I remember when this was a prayer. Now it is normal. Thank you. This sentence trains you to notice answered prayer and builds boldness for new asks. Consider the law of seasons. Some seasons are build. Some are harvest. Some are mend. Some are learn. Mislabeling a season creates frustration. Ask, what is this season? If it is build, expect effort and low immediate returns. If it is harvest, expect busy hands and full bins. If it is mend, expect repairs and restorations. If it is learn, expect humility and curiosity. Bless the season you are in. Seasons move. You will, too, invite unshowy excellence. Excellence is not glitter. It is reliability. Answer on time. Deliver what you said. Document what you did. Anticipate what they'll ask. Close loops. Fix small breaks before they become big breaks. This sort of excellence is magnetic in a noisy world. It compounds into reputation, and reputation is revenue deferred. Now a gentle audit of your input streams. You become what you repeatedly consume. Curate your feeds and your shelves. Choose teachers whose results and spirit you would gladly imitate. Mute voices that agitate without instructing. Replace 5 minutes of doom with 5 minutes of a chapter that makes you sharper. Your attention is capital. Invest it for yield. Let's step into generosity as design. Create a simple giving rule that scales with you: a percentage for causes, a small spontaneous budget for delighting people, a scholarship seat in your workshop, a monthly introduction you commit to making. Design generosity keeps the river wide without destabilizing your shores. Say, I give as a way of being, not as a way of buying approval. Giving from fullness keeps me in fullness. We revisit non-resistance with humor. When a plan hiccups, smile and say, plot twist. Then proceed with principle. Humor breaks the brittle edge of panic and returns you to resourcefulness. Resourcefulness is a form of wealth. Cultivate it. Study the law of leverage. Not all tasks are equal. Some move 10 times more than others. Find the few that move the many, offer refinement, meaningful sales conversations, quality content that compounds, systems that remove recurring friction, relationships that open clean doors. Say, I put my best energy where the highest leverage lives. Then guard that energy like treasure. Practice receiving with structure. When a compliment arrives, say, thank you, that means a lot. When a referral arrives, respond within a day and honor the trust. When a payment arrives, acknowledge and assign it. When help arrives, accept and use it well. Structure honors the gift and the giver. Bring in the law of closure. Open loops drain subtle power. Each week, list 5 loops you will close: an invoice sent, a message answered, a task retired, a decision made, a box mailed. Closing loops returns energy to creativity. Creativity uses that energy to build new income. We return to the body. Move in ways that signal plenty: chin level, shoulders back and soft, breath low and slow, steps unhurried. The body broadcasts to the mind. Broadcasts sufficiency and the mind searches for matching evidence. Approach marketing as ministry, service wrapped in clarity. You are not shouting. You are shepherding the right people toward the help they sought. Speak to their pain without prodding it. Speak to their hope without inflating it. Show the path. Invite the step. If they are not ready, bless them. Integrity today is interest tomorrow. Install a money reset ritual for rough days. Step 1, breathe and bless. Step 2, count 3 proofs of provision from the past week. Step 3, choose 1 revenue action you can complete in 15 minutes. Step 4, complete 1 stewardship action that reduces waste or confusion. Step 5, end with praise. This 5-step reset prevents spirals and builds trust in yourself. Examine your boundaries around urgency. Some urgencies are real. Many are borrowed. Return borrowed emergencies to their owners with kindness. Upgrade your own planning to reduce the real ones. Whisper, I refuse counterfeit urgency. I choose timely calm. Calm chooses accurately. Invite beauty into your space and schedule. Beauty is not extravagance. It is order made pleasing. A clear vase with a single stem. A tidy shelf. A clean font on your proposal. 5 minutes of sunrise. Beauty lifts your standard gently, and increased standards increase outcomes without strain. Speak these crafted affirmations slowly, resting after each, letting meaning settle into muscle and marrow. I move at the speed of peace, and peace is swift. I organize my life so that prosperity has easy paths to travel. I am trusted with more because I steward what I have with care. I allow help. I allow ease. I allow increase. I do the work that works. I finish what I start. I forgive what I can't carry and I install what prevents repeats. I am aligned with divine order. Therefore, my steps are ordered, my words are ordered, my money is ordered, and my days are ordered. Picture your future quarters unfolding with a kind, deliberate cadence. At the start of each quarter, you clarify 1 outcome for income, 1 for infrastructure, 1 for impact. Each week, you advance all three by one small but definite move. At the end of each week, you note lessons and adjust. It is not dramatic. It is dependable. Dependable is the unsung twin of miraculous. We return to identity. Say it as if describing whether you can feel, I am the kind of person who keeps promises to myself. I am the kind of person who speaks to money with respect. I am the kind of person who rests when tired and acts when clear. I am the kind of person who does not abandon principle when numbers wobble. Identity holds you upright when circumstances sway. Make a tiny plan to delight one person you serve this week, an unexpected note, a resource that saves them time, a small upgrade you do not invoice. Delight is a multiplier. Delighted people return and refer. Referrals shorten sales cycles. Shorter cycles increase cash flow without force, invite sobriety about tools and trends. Use them, but do not worship them. Tools turn good process into faster good. Bad process into faster bad. Choose carefully, test quietly, implement slowly, document clearly. Wise use of tools is leverage. Unwise use is noise. Practice the law of replacement. When you remove an expense, replace it with a habit that serves the same underlying need in a better way. Cancel a subscription and replace it with a weekly manual check that keeps you present. Reduce eating out and replace it with a plan that makes cooking simple. Replacement keeps the vacuum from filling with the old pattern in new clothes. Now, a brief visualization of dignified wealth. Walk through a day where money supports the real work. You begin in stillness, you move through meaningful creation, you meet people with generosity, you make choices with clarity, you end with gratitude. There is margin for interruptions, room for laughter, strength for challenge, and a humble joy that you are useful in the world. That is dignified wealth, silent, steady, kind. Let's rehearse negotiation as collaboration. Your goal is not to win. It is to find alignment. You ask clear questions, you state clear boundaries, you propose fair structures, you listen for constraints, you move numbers to where value lives, you bless either outcome, deal or no deal. Collaboration grows reputations that outlast any single contract. Answer the old story that says, if I prosper, someone else loses. Correct it, when I prosper ethically. The pie grows, my suppliers thrive. My clients advance, my community benefits. My family rests easier, my future generosity expands. Ethical wealth is an ecosystem. Bless the ecosystem as you build. Perform a quiet audit of your language again. Remove sarcasm about your own goals. It is expensive humor. Replace it with lightness that still respects the target. Remove absolutes, always, never, that trap you. Replace with specifics that move you. Your mouth steers your map. Return to the altar and cast one last heavy stone you've been reluctant to lay down, a self-judgment, perhaps, about a past misstep with money. Hold it in both hands. Name it. Thank it for the lesson. Place it in the water. Watch it descend and disappear. Say, I am done paying for this twice. Lesson kept. Shame released. Freedom kept. Carry that lightness forward. We will close with a final, extended stream of decree. Speak it like sunrise, steady, inevitable, warming everything it touches. I am one with the infinite source of good. My word is clear. My vision is steady. My order is strong. I cast every burden on the indwelling Christ and I go free. I circulate good with assignment and joy, and my inflow matches my outflow with increase. I agree with abundance in thought, feeling, word, and action. I bless obstacles into doorways and delays into better timing. I see the end and wear it now. I am prepared. Therefore, I arrive on time. My work is useful, my offers are clear, my delivery is excellent, my pricing is fair, my stewardship is faithful, my rest is holy. I forgive swiftly and install wisdom. I choose simplicity that sharpens, systems that serve, mentors who elevate, and partners who align. I live in sufficiency today, and I grow capacity for tomorrow. Under grace and in perfect ways, my life is an ever-widening river of good. What belongs to me by divine right finds me without strain. What I bless in others multiplies for us both. What I measure improves. What I practice compounds. I am calm. I am credible. I am creative. I am prosperous, now and ongoing. Let quiet settle again. Feel the clean edges you have placed around your day. You know your next right step. You know your principle if pressure rises. You know your decree before dawn and your praise before sleep. Walk forward as a friend of law and a servant of good. The result is not only money that moves with dignity, but a life that feels like home, ordered, generous, unhurried, and strong. Under grace and in perfect ways, it is so. We continue with a measured pace, letting each phrase lay another quiet foundation stone. You are not pushing the river. You are widening its banks. Keep your breath slow. Keep your attention soft and steady. Keep your word clear and kind. The laws you honor will keep honoring you. Begin with readiness rituals that open channels. When you sit to work, place both feet on the floor, lengthen your spine, and speak one simple line: I am available to right ideas and right people now. Availability is not desperation. It is receptivity shaped by principle. Then open the smallest task that begins the real work, not the fake busy task, but the real one. Do it gently. Momentum born of gentleness travels farther than momentum born of frenzy. Revisit the law of silence before speech. Silence gives your word weight. When faced with a demand or a decision, pause long enough to feel your inner yes or no. Your yes should feel like a key sliding into a lock, your no like a soft door closing. Practice saying yes as a complete sentence. Practice saying no as a complete sentence. Boundaries are prosperity in sentence form. Lean again on the law of right place, right time, right people. Ask aloud each morning, where is my right place today? Who are my right people? What is my right time? Then take one step that increases the likelihood of meeting those answers. Show up where your people gather, release where they never are, schedule when your energy peaks. Right place reduces force. Right people reduce friction. Right time reduces waste. Calibrate your ambition with devotion. Ambition asks, how high can I climb? Devotion asks, how deeply can I serve? The two can be married. Let your offers be ladders built of devotion. Then climbing becomes safer for everyone involved. Speak quietly, I aim high with a servant's heart. That posture invites opportunity and keeps soul intact. Bring precision to your promises. Promise only what you can deliver consistently. Deliver slightly more than you promised, slightly sooner than expected, with slightly better communication than they assumed. These small deltas compound into trust. Trust is the currency that outlasts currencies. Practice the microscript of graceful selling. When inviting someone to take the next step, speak plainly and humanly. Here's what I do. Here's who it helps. Here's how it works. Here's what it costs. Here's what happens after. Here's how to begin. Then pause. Silence honors sovereignty. The right people will step in. If they hesitate, ask a real question: what would you need to see to feel ready? Listen. Answer in truth. Bless their timeline if it is not now. We turn to the unseen work that shapes seen results, the work of assumption. Assume the state you seek as you walk through ordinary moments. As you wash a dish, assume, I am a faithful steward of increasing good. As you draft a note, assume my words reach the right hearts with ease. As you enter a room, assume I am welcome and I bring welcome. Assumption is not fantasy. It is tone setting. Tone draws matching experiences like iron filings to a magnet. Let us attend to indebtedness of a subtler kind, the favors owed to your own future. Begin paying them forward. Document the steps you repeat. Label the files someone else would need. Keep a running log of lessons learned. Your future self will meet your present self with gratitude. Gratitude toward yourself increases courage now. Invite the law of right naming. Names carry orders. When you label a day chaotic, it salutes and complies. When you label a project impossible, it stiffens into that shape. Rename with care. Call your week a sequence. Call your launch a service milestone. Call your business a vessel of blessing. Call your budget a mission map. As names rise, lives rise. Return to casting the burden, now for identity shifts. If you are stepping from freelancer to builder, from employee to owner, from novice to authority, there will be awkwardness. Place the awkwardness on the altar. I cast the burden of looking polished while learning. I cast the burden of everyone liking my new boundary. I cast the burden of knowing every step before I start. I go free to act in faith, with wisdom unfolding as I move. Freedom is not the absence of weight. It is the presence of wings. Apply the law of the path of least resentment. When faced with two workable options, choose the one you will resent least in 6 months. Resentment corrodes prosperity. The choice that preserves clean emotion preserves clean power. Clean power moves money and meaning with less drag. Shift your relationship to feedback. Feedback is not a verdict. It is a lens. Peer through it. Do not crawl under it. Ask, what part of this improves truth, clarity, or delivery? Take that part. Leave the rest without ceremony. Speak within, I am porous to wisdom and impermeable to shame. Porous to wisdom, you grow. Impermeable to shame, you keep moving. Return to the law of circulation through the doorway of repair. Sometimes the circulation you need is an apology. When you have dropped a ball, acknowledge it quickly, make it right, and improve the system. Repair accelerates trust faster than perfection pretended. Your willingness to repair is a signature of mature wealth. Invite the law of edges. Prosperity likes edges that are clear: work time and rest time, public work and private life, yes zone and no zone. Draw your edges without explanation. The right people will respect them. The wrong people will self-select out. The river runs faster between clear banks. Practice elegant persistence. Persistence is not pestering. It is rhythmic revisiting. Follow up with value, not pressure. Reappear when promised. Respect the no and ask permission to check in later. Elegant persistence feels like care, not chase. Care is a catalyst, now soften into the law of delight. Productivity without delight is brittle. Prosperity without delight is suspicious. What small delights signal to your system that increases safe? A cup of tea in your favorite mug after a challenging task. Music that makes the room feel wider before a call. A 5-minute walk to seal a win. Delight teaches your nervous system that doing the right thing leads to good sensation. Then it lets you do more of it. Turn carefully to the law of necessary endings. When an offer has served its season, retire it with ceremony. Thank it for what it taught, who it fed, and the doors it opened. Archive the assets. Note the lessons. Delete the frayed edges. Endings create room for right beginnings. If fear rises, bless the vacuum law. This open space invites right substance. We will revisit the 7 invisible laws in practice across a single day. In the morning, the law of the word, you speak your decree before messages touch you. Mid-morning, the law of vision, you hold the end state of your key task and work from it. Noon, the law of divine order, you reset your desk and your plan. Early afternoon, the law of non-resistance, a bump arrives and you bless it into a door. Late afternoon, the law of agreement, your self-talk, posture, and action all say the same yes. Evening, the law of circulation, you release something, a small gift, a tip, a kind review. Night, the law of casting the burden, you hand the day's weight to the inner Christ and sleep free. This is choreography, not strain. It becomes natural with repetition. Let us craft affirmations that are muscle, not mist. Speak each one and feel where it lands in the body. If it lands nowhere, trim it until it does. I tell myself the truth and act on it. I decide slowly and implement quickly. I make space and space makes room for me. I am faithful with little and trusted with more. I face numbers and find choices. I honor my word and my word honors me. I rest without guilt and work without theatrics. I prosper without harm, under grace and in perfect ways. Picture now a ledger of value you create that money only partly captures, a client who is kinder at home because your solution removed their stress. A teammate who grows because you coached patiently. A vendor who hires because you pay on time. A listener who believes in their future because your voice steadied them. This value returns in forms you cannot predict. It is still part of your wealth. Bless it and continue. We will install a failure protocol that preserves momentum. When a plan fails, do not rewrite your identity. Run the protocol, pause, praise the attempt, extract 3 learnings, decide the smallest adjustment, re-enter with dignity. Protocols rescue days that ego would burn. Repeat quietly, I am unembarrassed to learn in public. Wealth prefers students to actors. Attend to the law of calibration by conversation. Schedule short, regular dialogues with reality, 15 minutes each Friday with your numbers, 10 minutes after each delivery to ask your customer 2 questions. What helped most? What could be better next time? Calibration shrinks the distance between intention and effect. Shrunk distance saves money, time, and reputation. Practice the art of courageous asks. Ask for the sale where selling is the next kindness. Ask for the testimonial when value is fresh. Ask for the referral when service was evident. Ask for help before the crisis. Courageous asks honor the interdependence prosperity thrives on. Say within, asking is respect for the relationship we built. Return to the body and teach it the feeling of enough. Place one hand on your chest and one on your belly. Breathe until the inhale and exhale match in length. Whisper, enough for today, more on the way. Let the sentence soak. This is the antidote to clutching. Open hands receive. Now we bring reverence to numbers in motion. When an expense surprises you, do not moralize. Analyze. Was this a pattern or a one-off? What control prevents repeats? Which buffer absorbs it next time? When an income exceeds expectation, do not romanticize. Operationalize. What pattern produced it? What assignment will make it multiply? Reverence is not fear. It is carefulness animated by gratitude. Gently audit your narratives around wealth and worthiness. If an old belief says, people like me don't, answer it with facts. People like me learn, apply, and rise. If an old belief says, when I prosper, I lose love, answer it with evidence. Love that only tolerates my smallness is not love I choose. If an old belief says, I am not a numbers person, answer it with practice. I am becoming fluent by facing truth kindly. Narratives bend when contradicted by consistent living. Use the law of substitution in social contexts. Substitute complaint with curiosity. What would improve this? Substitute gossip with gratitude. What do I appreciate here? Substitute dread with design. How will I make this humane? The emotional weather of rooms changes when you practice substitution out loud. Rooms that feel better to be in become rooms where better business happens. We will walk through a simple, repeatable money meeting with yourself each week. Open with praise. 3 proofs of provision. Review inflows and outflows. Reconcile mismatches. Assign the dollars. Highlight 1 waste to remove and 1 engine to fuel. Close with a decree. I steward wisely. Therefore, I am trusted with more. Keep this meeting short and sacred. Ritual transforms resistance into rhythm. Turn toward your voice again, the literal sound. Speak slower than habit and lower than stress. Let pauses carry confidence. When you say your price, let silence follow. When you say your boundary, let space remain. Absence of filler reveals presence of certainty. Your voice is a carrier wave for the law inside you. Now, bless your competitors by reframing them as colleagues and growing the pie. Their success proves demand exists. Their mistakes teach you where to improve. Their styles help you differentiate. Send a quiet blessing. May they prosper in ways that sharpen my service. Blessings like these keep your heart wide and your strategy clean. Return to non-resistance with the image of water. Water does not argue with rock. It finds the curve and carves over time. When you meet resistance, look for the curve, a smaller market first, a simpler offer first, a warmer introduction first, a clearer message first. Over time, water wins. So will you offer yourself the discipline of ending days clean? Write tomorrow's 1 win on an index card. Close loops you can close in 5 minutes. Place your tools where morning you can begin without hunting. Speak a final line before sleep. I did enough today, and the rest unfolds while I rest. Sleep as someone guarded by order and grace. Let's rehearse money conversations you once avoided. Role play in a calm room, the scope creep boundary kindly set. The payment term clarified, the late invoice addressed with dignity. The raise requested with evidence, the vendor renegotiation framed as partnership. Each rehearsal reduces static in your nervous system. Reduced static increases accuracy under real conditions. We bring sacredness to stewardship by linking each allocation to a value. This saves. This grows. This gives. This delights. This repairs. When the categories gather meaning, budgeting stops feeling like restriction and starts feeling like architecture. You are building a home for your mission and your joy to live in together. Now, a river of precise affirmations you can carry into the next stretch of your life. I am guided at the pace of peace. I am paid in proportion to the value I create and the clarity with which I express it. I approach numbers as allies. I correct quickly and continue without self-punishment. I design my generosity so it sustains me and multiplies to others. My boundaries are kind and clear. I keep my word to myself first, and that makes my word to others strong. I forgive and install wisdom. I rest and return sharper. I grow through humble repetition. I prosper without strain, under grace and in perfect ways. Picture 6 months from now as an aerial view. See 3 projects complete that today are only outlines. See 3 relationships deeper, 1 client, 1 collaborator, 1 mentor. See 3 systems humming, money review, content cadence, delivery checklist. See your days quieter, not because less is happening, but because more is in order. Let the calm pride of that picture fill your chest. Then bring 1 thread of it into today. If discouragement visits, do not debate it. Give it a job. Say, you remind me to count proofs, to do 1 right move, and to praise the unseen good on its way. Then do exactly those 3. Discouragement, when employed, stops sabotaging. Employed feelings become energied. We close this segment winding the 7 laws into a single sentence you can carry everywhere, with a clean word and a clear vision. I set divine order in motion, I cast the burden and circulate good. I agree within and allow without. And under grace and in perfect ways, my supply appears. Speak it once more, slowly. Feel the hum it leaves in your chest. Rest now in a few breaths of gratitude. Thank the wisdom that threads through you. Thank the steady parts of you that keep promises without applause. Thank the guidance that whispers and the courage that answers. Then stand, or stay, and move gently into your next right act, carrying the quiet certainty that you are a faithful architect of prosperity, and prosperity is a faithful servant of those who honor law. Under grace and in perfect ways, so it continues. We continue with steadiness and warmth, letting simple truths do reliable work within you. Keep your breath easy. Let the shoulders drop. Let your attention rest in the center of your chest. You are not chasing. You are consenting. You are not forcing. You are aligning. You are cooperating with laws that have quietly supported you all along. Begin with the law of the word, again, because it begins everything. Speak only what you can use. Speak only what you can carry. Say softly, I speak to build, not to bruise. I speak to create, not to complain. I speak to agree with my good. Imagine your words leaving your mouth and shaping rooms. See them smoothing rough edges, brightening dark corners, opening windows. Your word makes weather. Choose a climate of clarity and kindness, and your days become easier to live in. Return to the law of agreement. Agreement is when thought, feeling, word, and action sing the same melody. If you say abundance and feel panic, your song is dissonant. Do not scold yourself, retune. Breathe until feeling softens. Replace the sentence until it fits. Take the action that proves the sentence. Agreement is not magic. It is mechanics. When the parts align, the engine runs. Practice casting the burden as a rhythm rather than a rescue. The moment a weight appears, an uncertain reply, a surprise bill, a timeline that tightens, do not build a story around it. Lay it down. Say with quiet authority, I cast this burden on the Christ within, and I go free to take the next wise step. Then take that step, write the message, adjust the plan, call the person, clean the number. Burden laid, action taken, peace preserved. This is how you stay light enough to be led. Invite the law of vision to refine your aim. Vision is not fantasy. It is a usable picture. Name a scene in present tense and sensory detail. I deliver the project on time. The client's shoulders drop with relief. Payment lands. I log it calmly. I assign it wisely. I go for a walk at sunset. Feel the scene as if it were already normal. Vision trains your nervous system for success, so success does not startle you when it arrives. Touch the law of divine order. Order is not rigidity, it is room. Clear your desk in your day so that right substance has places to land. Put recurring tasks on recurring days. Label your files with names you can find when you are tired. End meetings with the next step assigned to a name and a date. Speak while you straighten, divine order is established here. I welcome the matching increase. Order is a magnet for resources. It tells resources where to sit. Return to the law of circulation and attach assignment. Every inflow is honored. Every outflow is briefed. Say when money arrives, thank you. Here is your job. Say when money departs, return with increase, under grace, in perfect ways. This is not superstition. It is stewardship. Unassigned money wanders. Assigned money works. Keep a simple map visible so your attention can trust your intention. Practice non-resistance like water. When a plan meets a wall, you curve. Ask, where is the open gate? Often the gate appears as a cleaner offer, a warmer lead, a simpler scope, a tighter message, a better sequence. You can grow without grinding. Water teaches patience and perseverance. You are not quitting when you curve. You are choosing the route that works. Speak forgiveness as a skill. Forgiveness is not amnesia. It is the refusal to keep paying for the same event with your present power. Name the person or the moment. Say, I forgive you and set you free. I forgive myself and set myself free. We are both free to prosper. Then install a safeguard that honors the lesson, clearer terms, cleaner gates, kinder warnings to yourself. Forgiveness plus safeguard equals freedom that lasts. Invite intuition as a daily advisor. Ask simple questions at humane speed. What is the wise step now? Who can help? What can I simplify? What can I release? Guidance often comes in plain clothes, a nudge to check a figure, a sense to wait an hour, a thought to rephrase a message, a memory of someone who can solve this in 10 minutes. Obey quietly. Quiet obedience spares you expensive drama. Bring hospitality to your work. Hospitality is the art of making others feel safe and seen. When people feel safe and seen, they buy, return, and refer. Make your messages clear. Make your payment process simple. Make your timelines honest. Make your fixes swift. Make your thank yous real. You are building an experience that money likes to travel across. Practice the rule of one thing. Before noon, do one thing that moves revenue, one thing that improves a system, and one thing that restores your energy. Small, clear, done. Repeat daily. The compounding effect is quiet and astonishing. Momentum built this way does not crash. It hums. Bless your boundaries. Boundaries are not fences to keep love out. They are trellises that help love grow in the right shape. Time boundaries protect deep work. Price boundaries protect fair exchange. Scope boundaries protect quality. Internal boundaries protect self-respect. Speak without edge. Here's what I can do by when, at this price, with this process. Then keep your word. People learn to trust the shape of you. Turn to your numbers as if they were instruments in a studio. Tune them. When a line is flat, adjust. When a cost is sharp, refine. When a revenue stream carries the melody, turn it up. When noise creeps in, damp it with a process. This removes superstition from money and replaces it with sound. Return to rest as strategy, not reward. Rest prevents errors. Rest increases creativity. Rest raises your tolerance for nuance. Guard it like a meeting with your future self. Create a sleep wind down, one light off, one page read, one decree said. Create a wake-up ritual, one breath, one stretch, one sentence before screens. Rested you is more accurate, and accuracy pays. Practice the sentence that loosens tight moments, this or something better, under grace and in perfect ways. Let it relax your grip on specific forms while you stay anchored to principles. You are not giving up. You are giving room. Room lets better routes arrive. Rehearse your price voice. Speak your price as if discussing the weather on a clear day. No apology. No inflation. No rush to fill silence. Practice with a friend or a mirror. Here is the investment. Here is the value. Here is how we proceed. Breathe. Wait. Let the other person be an adult. Your calm gives their decision air. Refine your offer with the 4-sentence test. Sentence 1, who it's for. Sentence 2, what problem it solves. Sentence 3, what life looks like after. Sentence 4, how it works and what it costs. If any sentence wobbles, polish until it stands. You cannot sell fog. Clarity is kindness to both sides. Revisit the weekly money meeting. Keep it short and sacred. Open with praise, 3 proofs of provision. Check inflows and outflows. Reconcile. Assign. Identify 1 waste to remove and 1 engine to fuel. Close with a decree, I steward wisely. Therefore, I am trusted with more. When this rhythm holds, emotions stop driving the car. Invite the law of edges again, in digital space. Remove apps that seduce your attention without paying rent. Add friction to distractions, remove friction from creation. Replace doom scrolling with a micro study, 10 minutes on a principle that compounds. Attention invested returns as clarity. Clarity earns, speak a fresh set of living affirmations, designed to touch body and behavior. I move at the speed of peace, and peace is swift enough. I decide by principle and execute by schedule. I count proofs instead of fears. I close loops and free energy. I give money jobs and money goes to work. I install wisdom when things wobble. I praise progress and accelerate it. I prosper without strain, under grace and in perfect ways. Now, imagine introducing yourself simply. I help this kind of person go from here to there by doing this, for this price. Hear how clean that sounds. Clean attracts. Practice until your mouth can say it when your mind is tired. When tired you can sell clearly, rested you will soar. Consider your runway. Runway is time, cash, energy, and goodwill. You extend runway by telling truth early, cutting waste kindly, negotiating with dignity, and asking for help before you need rescue. You extend runway by making small revenue sooner rather than waiting for large revenue later. Long runway makes wise choices possible. It is a gift you can give your future. Turn to generosity with design. Choose a percentage or a pattern that fits your season. Give from fullness with a clear assignment. Give in ways that increase dignity, yours and others. Generosity keeps the river wide so it does not turn into a pond. Wide rivers stay fresh. Rehearse conflict repair. If something breaks, address quickly. Name the miss without drama. Offer a fix without flinch. Ask what would restore confidence. Implement. Close with gratitude. Repair done well often deepens trust. You are not aiming for flawless. You are aiming for faithful. Return to the body and teach it plenty. Sit a little taller. Loosen your jaw. Place your tongue on the roof of your mouth and breathe through your nose. Let the exhale be slightly longer than the inhale. Whisper, enough for today, more on the way. This stance becomes a signal your life learns to match. Practice the law of necessary endings again, this time in thought. Retire slogans that shrink you. Replace. I'm bad with money with I am becoming fluent through kind truth. Replace nobody pays in my field with I am seeking the right buyers and speaking their language. Replace I'm always late with I build buffers and I arrive on time. The mouth moves the mind. The mind moves the map. Strengthen your collaboration muscle. Collaboration multiplies reach without multiplying strain, if aligned. Share credit easily. Share fees fairly. Share expectations clearly. Put agreements in writing not as suspicion, but as memory assistance. When alignment ends, exit with honor. Your reputation is a silent partner in every deal that follows. Bring art to follow up. Follow up is care on a schedule. 2 days after a conversation, a note. 1 week later, a resource. 1 month later, a check-in. No pestering. No guilt. Just presence. Presence is persuasive in a noisy world. Circle back to intuition in numbers. Sometimes the spreadsheet says yes and the gut says no. Ask why. Perhaps the risk is missized, the partner misaligned, the timing off. Sometimes the spreadsheet says no and the gut says yes. Ask what proof would make the numbers catch up. You are not ruled by either alone. You consult both and let principle decide. Install a calm crisis protocol. When pressure spikes, pause, breath, name the facts, cast the burden, call the person, propose two options, choose one, schedule the next check, praise what held, rest. Protocol prevents explosions. Protocol communicates leadership. Leadership attracts trust. Trust attracts resources. Invite beauty as standard. Beauty is order made kind. A clean proposal. A quiet layout. A thank you card with a real sentence. Beauty raises perceived value because it reflects care. Care is a promise fulfilled in advance. Speak a long, steady river of decree, and let it rinse any residue of doubt. I am one with unfailing supply. I live by law, not by luck. My word is precise. My vision is present tense. My order is welcoming. My burdens are cast. My giving is assigned. My receiving is graceful. My agreements are clean. My pace is humane and effective. I repair quickly. I forgive completely. I learn gladly. I sell honestly. I price fairly. I deliver excellently. I rest deeply. I rise ready. Under grace and in perfect ways, what belongs to me by divine right now appears, and I am equal to it. Picture tomorrow morning. You wake in quiet. Before the world touches you, you speak your sentence. You choose your one right move. You do it. You check your numbers kindly. You send one message that matters. You remove one bit of waste. You praise one proof. You close one loop. You bless the day you just built. These are not chores. They are chords. They make music that money recognizes. If doubt taps your shoulder again, meet it with data from your own life. Count the times provision arrived in time. Count the rooms that opened when you spoke clearly. Count the peace you felt when you told the truth. Doubt softens in the light of counted proofs. Let today add another proof. We will finish this stretch by threading the 7 invisible laws into your breath once more. Inhale as you think, word, vision, order. Exhale as you think, cast, circulate, agree, allow. 3 cycles, steady. Feel your system memorize the sequence. Feel your day lean toward it. Rest now in gratitude. Thank the quiet part of you that keeps you on rhythm. Thank the guidance that arrives on time. Thank the courage that moves without drama. From here, move into your next simple act with the bearing of one who lives by law and is loved by life. Your prosperity is not a spectacle. It is a signature, calm, clear, generous, and ongoing, under grace and in perfect ways.